Okay, good morning. 11th of April. Went through the Graceland Highlands, stayed at Wise Shelter last night. I want to say I'm in the Wilson National Park, maybe. Was quite a cold night last night, again, but warming things up. Supposed to be quite a warm day, like 70. I don't know exactly what altitude that 70 is supposed to be, but I believe we're dropping today down to out of the mountains. So it may be a different experience for us. Anyway, today the plan is maybe 18. But when I say maybe 18, you know how that works out. Maybe 18 is a baseline. If I'm really doing well, it may be more than that. I'll let you know as how things go. It doesn't look like there's going to be great scenery here. I just passed RTK and his buddy Randy, who came out to hike with him for a couple days. It's all good. We're kicking it here. Man, what a pretty day. Let me just turn you around, stop looking at me, and get a shot of the other area. There's RTK and Randy coming around that tree right there. You can see the ground. There's still a lot of tracks from the wild ponies, so assume we're going to continue to have them as we move along through here. I've been very muddy today. It was a little bit nicer in the wood line simply because with the shade, all that mud was frozen. But out here, it's quite a mess. So it turns out yesterday, I found out that I missed Grumpy and Gucci Girl. RTK said he met them, but he had already eaten lunch. Already stopped in the same spot and eaten lunch and stuff. But I was sorry to miss them because I'm still very interested now that things are theoretically going to warm up with getting some veteran interviews done and this project started. So I'll be reaching out to the guys at Ops Lens today or tomorrow, do my own video, and then get this thing rolling. And I believe Gucci Girl and Grumpy are going to help with that, and maybe we can get some others. So that's the project at hand. And this is the hike at hand. I may have mentioned yesterday on the video, I can't remember if I was thinking it or whether I mentioned on the video, that I could not handle a third day of this rock scramble. That it is so tough on the knees. And yet, in spite of a very famous hiker who stayed at Wise Shelter last night, who told us that the rocks were over. The rocks have been anything but over. Now, they'll fade out here momentarily, but believe me, they'll be back. I only picked this section because Some of it's so treacherous I don't feel like it can hold the camera because I gotta have my poles in my hands. That area looked like it was doable, passable without them. Whew. So today, right now we're really dropping in elevation. And I'm hoping that that'll sort of stay the course. Surprisingly, the warmest temperature was up on that grassy plain where the sun was really beating down on us. In here, still got my puffy on. I just keep zipping it up and down, but I can't take it off. It's too cold. Still wearing my gloves, although I did take off my mittens. Oh, here's another shelter. Oh, ouch. That's interesting. Didn't know I was coming up to a shelter, but that's cool because I get to show you something. See it down there? Oh, and there's a privy too. So my understanding from the placards that are on the privies is that there's been sort of Boy Scout, Eagle Scout initiative to build privies. Oh, check that one out. That's crazy. No, that's not right. I see the privies behind that rock. See how I thought I thought that was a plank that went up to the privy. Privy's just tucked in behind it. I think I may stop here. Okay, once again coming to a roadside. Not sure which road this is, but a little parking lot. Oh, trail magic. Look at that. Cav grunt. Thanks, brother. I assume that means cavalry grunt. So, thanks for your service, too. You're a good man. Really appreciate it. Seems like we're making pretty good time. I think that 650 will be 15 and a half miles away. That means 6, so I've done 8.5 to 9 miles. A little bit less than I had hoped, but terrain turned really bad. It's just before noon. It was 11 o'clock when I got that trail magic. Been going uphill ever since. So this is the downside, I guess, of that. Same mountain. Tweaked my knee in the transition, but this time my left knee. The left knee has been pretty strong, so I'm thinking that it's just temporary. Maybe I'll stop up here, have a little lunch, give it a little rest. I sort of get what RTK said yesterday. Not for me. I think you have picked up, if you've watched these through, that I'm really inspired by and love these eastern woodlands. So this, to me, particularly not covered in leaves, has definitely been the most beautiful and the most intriguing part of my hike thus far. But I just can't imagine what these images are on camera. It's like tree after tree after tree. The trail's covered in leaves. Doesn't seem to be very attractive. Now as it's heating up, maybe it's time for me to transition to what I had hoped the channel was in the first place, which is some more interesting subject matters. Do some research on the history here, on the Cherokee or the Iroquois as we go up farther north, or early settlements, including the Appalachians. Also, expeditionary units that came through here. It'd be sort of neat to get some reference points. Let's see. Because I'm afraid this is going to grow tiresome. And as I've mentioned a couple times, I have neither the anatomy or probably the personality to be an entertainment channel. Okay, well, we will continue to make progress, and I'll start thinking about how to keep you from getting the Virginia blues. I think this is Comer's Falls. Pretty.